G'day guys, how are you? Matt the Big Bear Redwoods here. Welcome to my podcast. On this, mate, we talk about all sorts of topics. From footy, fishing, beers, all kinds. So come and join me, mate. Sit back, relax and enjoy the bloody show. Let's have a yak, shall we? Yeah. Alright, g'day guys, what's going on? Matt here again for episode 7 of Having a Yak. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. We're going to be doing this tonight at night time. I've got my I've got my mate on via Facebook, Andrew. What's going on?
Yeah, not a lot.
And I've also got another special guest. You know, very very special guest.
The most important of all.
The star of the Having a Yak podcast.
The one of a kind.
Yes.
Oh.
My mother. What's going on,
Oh,
Mum?
stop it. Keep going. What else you got to say? No. Hello.
Yeah, well, it's true, Mum. Your episode that you and me done of travel around Australia has actually hit my top 1 show of my whole podcast.
Yeah.
And I shall say to you guys too, we've got some new viewers from France, from Paris, and a couple from Dublin. So she's going far and wide this podcast. So thank you very much, everyone.
Welcome, everybody.
Yes, well, I'm part of Deezer now. That is a European platform for all podcasts in Europe. And possibly Google Play as well. Anyway, Andrew, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, can't complain at all. Just about as good as I was doing the 10 minutes ago, but
Oh, well.
Yeah.
And what are you doing? Mum said just sitting there laughing at me.
Oh, not much. Just
Sitting in your freaking pajamas.
yeah. Well, you know, got to get comfortable doing this stuff.
What are you
to be
wearing?
fair, there's been days where I haven't got out my pajamas.
Oh, that'd be right.
Got your freaking, what was it, polar bears on tonight?
Got the polar bears on. Well, it is cold.
Right.
I was wearing my Essendon pajamas before.
Oh,
God.
spit on you.
They're the only one I can find in my size.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
that says a lot.
I got a pair of Collingwood ones somewhere too.
Oh, God, that's even
Geez, you're
worse.
worse. Essendon Collingwood, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
But shit's been going on in the news, guys. Shit might actually be getting better. We don't know, but it could be, eh?
Sounds like it.
Andrew?
Well, I think from my point of view, we've reached a point where, and I agree with a lot of what the restrictions are. And I'm not saying anything against that, but I put forward the question to you two, for your opinion. We reacted swiftly and hardly, which we needed to do, but has the panic kind of superseded the reality of the situation? And the reality now is there's fewer than 800 cases. In a 2-month period, 95 people have sadly died. But on a daily basis, as I said before, 100 people die from spider bites, snake bites, other illnesses around Australia per day. And the longer we keep locked away, I think now the economy is, it's going to kill it.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if maybe the panic of what we've seen in London and New York, it's clearly not happened here, thankfully. And are we sort of holding out to a doomsday that's never going to happen?
Right, Mum, I'm going to let you answer that one first.
I think at the time when it first happened here, I think they done the right thing by swiftly, as you said, lockdown, which was really good. But I think now, because we've pretty much done as our told and done the 1.5 metre distance social thing and stayed away from people, washing hands and everything, I think now we can probably start to, soften off the lockdown. I think we can now maybe start letting people do a bit of stuff out of the house and everything, because basically we're all going stir crazy. Most people, like I've been lucky, I'm still working. I'm working at the nursing home. But, I mean, there's a lot of people who haven't been able to get out. They haven't do anything. And, yeah, I think it's time to release it a bit. Not completely, let's just keep. I mean, they've done a good job though, because like you said too, Andrew, it's been less than 100 people in a whole Australia that have actually unfortunately died. Whereas like UK now, they've topped, I think it's either 30,000 or 40,000 deaths. That's a hell of a lot of people who have passed away from it. So yeah, I reckon we should be really proud of ourselves, basically, because we've done well. But yeah, I think it's time to loosen off the reins a little bit.
Yeah. I tend to agree with that as well, because, like I said to you a few weeks ago, Mum, you can go stir crazy and you can't keep people in as long as they have now. You can't do it.
But we had
It's
to
coming over 2 months.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And no wonder, because you said yourself, Mum, that you've noticed people getting snappy and that in the supermarkets and that type of shit, haven't you?
Even at work, we're just all getting a bit snappy because it's just basically.
I think.
Yeah. You're right.
So
Keep
go on.
going, Andrew. Yeah, you're right.
No, you guys go. I didn't know. Sorry about that.
It's all good, mate.
No.
I just reckon that, like I said, it's time to, like both Mum and Andrew said, it's time to let go of it and like be cautious about it.
Yeah.
Be very cautious about it.
Because
right.
Because you've also got to realise too, we are now going into winter.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with winter this year, they're saying it's going to be really, really cold and wet.
Apparently, Nathan said, my brother, he said that it's going to be the coldest winter, didn't he? The other night, he said it's going to be the coldest and wettest winter since 1993.
So that...
And that was a flood year, all that I remember anyway.
Yeah, and that's also including too, we're coming up to the flu season, and unfortunately, influenza, like you were saying, Andrea, people have died from other things. Yeah. Well, see, last year a lot of people died from that, and that's probably just as bad, if not worse, than the virus.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we've got to be very cautious of all that too, because that's just as bad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But like I was saying, just let go of like you said, Mum, let go of the reins a little bit. Just in some ways, we have done our time inside. We've done what we're told, and that's it.
You can't keep moving the goalpost. Is the way I look at it.
Yeah, you can't just say, okay, you've done this. We have to do it for a bit longer. Then, like you said, you change the fucking times and change the dates and change the goalposts.
Yeah.
Again and again and again.
Yeah, no.
We want answers. We want answers now.
I was listening to some expert talking before, and he was probably the most level-headed out of everyone who spoke on the media, and he said, when you look at you don't look at the daily increases, you look at the number of active cases.
That's right.
And it's falling off day by day by day.
Yep.
The virus isn't able to sustain. Eventually it's going to die out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And realistically, the viruses typically in Australia have never spread well. I mean, even if you look back to the Spanish flu and all them days, it was never as hard over here as it was in Europe and other places, due to the way Australia is.
I think, because we're pretty well spread out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when was the Spanish flu? You were around, weren't you, Mum, when that hit?
No.
When was
that?
that?
I was around World War One.
World War One.
Jeez, Matt, I'm not that old.
Jesus Christ, Matt.
I wasn't even thought of. My mother
not
wasn't
even my nana was around then.
My mother wasn't even thought of yet.
Hey, I was wondering if you were going into that trap or not, but anyway, obviously not.
Just admit it, you turned down a wrong alley, then done a quick U-turn.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
I'm allowed to.
Yeah, right.
But I think that's the key. I don't think viruses tend to spread over here as well as they do.
No.
Especially in Europe.
I reckon that climate is just too damn hot or too damn cold, and we're too far apart, I suppose, and when it comes to it. But besides, if you're in the
I heard
cities.
someone. I don't know. I could be miles off the mark, but I heard someone say Australia's humidity plays a large key.
Yeah.
In it because viruses tend to go through cleaner air quicker.
Yeah.
Whereas the amount of moisture in our air that slows them down.
Yeah, actually,
Because I think when you realistically and you step back and you look at it, 6,900 cases sounds like a lot,
but it's
but then
actually not.
No.
but then when you compare that to 24 million people,
Yeah.
And really, of that 6,000, say 6,400, whatever it was at one stage, there was actually, out of them, there was only like 11 people who were actually in hospital, in the ICU.
Yeah.
So really, the rest were more or less just self-isolation, really, because they were just mildly affected. So really, we've done just so good here, really.
Yeah.
And I do take my hat off to all the Prime Minister, Morrison,
Oh,
and,
Morrison,
and
he-
Andrews as well. Andrews has proven himself to actually be a bit of a bloke, a man.
Yeah. No,
He grabbed
Morrison's done nothing but good things when it comes to this
But
shit.
anyway, we
yeah.
just got to go
I
forward.
feel like Morrison's copped a bit of a raw deal over the past couple of months. I mean,
No,
Yeah.
Jesus, has he ever?
he's had the bushfires, and the day a lot of people tend to forget that whole handshake thing.
Oh, yeah.
On that particular day, his dad just passed away. No one
Yeah.
ever
Yeah,
said, "Geez, are you all right, mate?"
Yeah.
But then he's gone from that to his dad passing away to this. What more can you ask of him? As I said about Premier Andrews, it's not so much what he's doing. It's
the way he's saying it.
it's the
Yeah.
tone and the
Yeah.
There's never any finish line with him. It's always doom and gloom every time he talks.
Yeah, yeah,
And whereas Scott Morrison, he comes out and he gives you a goalpost, and for lack of all things considered, he's kept his word pretty much every stage.
yeah. He has.
The only way he hasn't actually kept his word is if something drastically actually happened, like it
Yeah,
did.
out of his control.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the only times people could ever probably really say that, oh, no, he never really kept his word. Well, yeah, but what actually happened that day that supposedly that he's supposed to keep his word? Like, fucking, come on.
but even before the bushfires, you got to remember too. Back in
But yeah, I
November,
feel like
October,
So go on.
November, you had the drought as well. The
Yeah.
droughts. He was dealing with all the droughts and the farmers, and giving money out for them, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And then the bushfires. And like you said, his dad died. I think he had a half a day of grieving for his dad. And then this come along. And I tell you what, he's just done so well.
Basically got chucked in the front lines on the first bloody day, basically.
Oh,
Really.
yeah. But,
Pretty bad.
No, he's done well. And I mean, it's annoying me with people saying, oh, but once this is over, we're going to be paying so many taxes, we're going to be paying this, we're going to be paying that. Well, of course we are. The only way we're going to get this country back up and running properly is maybe putting the taxes up a little bit. I mean, not every country turned around and said to everyone, okay, you've lost your job. We're going to, give you some money a fortnight. At least it's something. It's better than nothing.
Yes, well, that is true. Well, wasn't that the whole reason why we got the $750
Yeah.
to everyone to put the money back into?
Not everyone got that, but the people.
You know what really amazes me about that?
Yeah.
It's the amount of people that didn't understand what the idea of that 750 was. They carried on about, well, why is it going to people on JobSeeker? Why is it going to this? Without realizing that money will end up back into the working man who owns a business's hands in the long run.
That's right. Yep.
You can't go and give it to people that own businesses because they're going to spend that on bills.
Yeah.
It needs to be pumped into the economy.
That's exactly right. And that's what he wanted. And like he's saying now, we need to get back on track because if they didn't do what they done at the time with all, this scheme and that scheme, which is brilliant, they've done it. He said this country would be broke. We would go broke. And I don't think we need to go broke. But no, I think he's done a good job. Really good job.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's costing the economy 4.3 billion per week right now.
Yeah. And this is why they got to. I think that's why they're saying now we'll get things going a bit and see how we go. And like he actually made the comment a couple of days ago, Scott Morrison said, well, look, we could be all clear of this virus and everyone goes back to normal and we could still see the occasional case. He said that's going to happen. But at least we'll be up and we'll be running and might be just, immute numbers, not what we've been getting.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, it's just, I reckon that, we're getting another payment in July of the $750. And I still reckon that everyone's going to grab that and just, where are they going to spend it?
Oh, the shops are starting to open. Not step one, but I think step two. No, actually, it might be step one. Some of the shops are going to start opening up. I noticed there's more shops open there today.
Yeah. Well, they're saying they're going to start opening up shops within the next couple of weeks. Apparently.
Yeah. Oh, they've got it because these poor buggers that own the shops and that they're going broke. They probably are broke already, but it's really bad because if we don't, we're going to have so many houses that are empty because there's going to be loans all closed on. You're going to default their loans and shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't say shit.
No, that's all right. You can swear.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who've got nothing, no jobs, no nothing.
Yeah. So there's another bit of information that I've been hearing that people are carrying on like bloody pork chops about, and that's the lockdown for Mother's Day. What do you think of that, Mother?
Well, it's not. I can't say it's just another. Oh, it is to me because I'm working anyway, so it doesn't matter. But to a lot of people, yes, they want to spend that time with their mums and everything. But I mean, they shouldn't spend any time with their mums, not just because it's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Ring your mum up. You don't have to see her that day if you can't. Well, you can't. Ring her up.
It's like I was watching this program last night, and on there they were saying that some of the mothers will be this will be their last Mother's Day.
Yeah.
But that's just we didn't expect this shit to happen.
No.
We didn't ask for this shit to happen. It just did.
No. Oh, if we've got to ask, we'd probably say no, go away.
Exactly. So people can't really carry on to the point where of getting nearly into a rebel bloody thing and try and take over because it's not going to happen.
No.
Andrews has said that, and so has Morrison, I'm pretty sure.
Well, Andrews.
No, Morrison's actually allowed it.
Yeah.
Has he actually allowed it?
Yeah.
Victoria's the only state where we can't. That's what people are complaining about, man. I think I agree a bit with what you're saying, but I think you're missing the bigger picture of why they're so upset. Where Victoria is the only state where we're still no restrictions are being lifted at all.
Yeah.
I know.
I think he's starting it from Monday. I know it's probably a day too late. They should probably start it for Mother's Day. But I think he's a bit concerned that everybody's going to go crazy and just, I think that's what it is. But, I mean, what do you do? Really?
Yes.
It's very hard. I know at the nursing homes they're opening up the hours a bit more because we've only been on an hour a day for the last probably 5 or 6 weeks now. But on Sunday I know they're opening up for 2 hours so they can come and see their mums as long as they've had their flu injections and temperatures taken.
Yeah.
But so at least they can still see their mum, especially in places like that because you don't know how long you have got your mum in there. But, yeah, I know Andrews has been very tough, even with the schools. He's saying, no, they're not going back to school in the school because I want them to stay at home for a bit longer to make sure it works. It will work well when they do go back to school.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm actually surprised he's actually stuck to his guns this way because normally he would say, oh, yeah, all right, yeah, okay. But he's really stuck to his guns with this one.
Yes, he has. And I reckon that you can't really blame him for that too much either.
No,
really, you can't.
Probably not. But anyway.
It's a difficult time for everyone, really. I mean, there's no precedent to any of this.
No, and it's the same with everybody, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's just the way things go, but isn't it?
Yep.
I don't think for a fact that you've ever been through this. Like me and Andrew, we were talking about this, I think last time we actually had the episode. We were talking about it all the time before. that we've never experienced anything like this in our lifetime.
No.
Have you ever done anything like this or experienced anything like this?
Geez, way back. When we were on the farm, we had a really bad thing going around with the anthrax.
Yeah.
That was killing a lot of. Actually, I remember rightly, it was about 3 or 4 people actually died out of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was really bad at the time with farmers and that. But no, that's probably the only thing I can ever think of. And probably the AIDS.
Yeah, in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, well, see how many people died out of that. That was big.
That was a pandemic.
Yeah,
That was literally a pandemic.
yeah,
Especially when you think of AIDS, that was a pandemic.
yeah.
That was a worldwide, international freaking, doesn't matter who you are.
But anyway.
The thing about AIDS was it was different in the sense of it wasn't a virus that could be caught via
Just
sneezing
sneezing on
and
someone or...
wiping your nose or anything like that, apparently.
Yeah, yeah, that was...
well, this virus itself, it's not something you catch by just brushing past someone in the store either.
No.
It does
No.
take a decent amount of contact or prolonged exposure to someone, at least 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not something that you can just walk past and, I've got it now. That's what I
No.
feel like. I was saying to Matt the other day that I feel like a lot of the problem mentally with all this is just the fear that the media produces.
Oh, yeah, they had people... Well, in a way, they still got people in such a panic. But you can't... If you're walking past someone in a shop, you can't get it there. But I mean, if they sneezed or coughed, yes, you can. You can come across like air droplets.
Yeah.
But at the same time, but what they were more concerned about was that, I mean, you could go through a door, touch the handle, off you go, and then I come up and I touch the handle and I've got a scratch on my mouth, near my mouth, and then I can catch it from you. But I can only last for so long on that handle, but still, that's where it is. But it's more the fact of when people are working like the meat works, how they're all working really close together.
That was unreal, that was.
And obviously, someone's got colds or whatever and they've just caught, they've just about nearly all caught it, I think.
Yeah.
But no, it's not that easily translated, but it's easy enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with that meatworks, that was unreal. That was.
Yeah.
That turned from 1 to 3 to 9 to 12 to 40 or something, whatever it was at the end.
60 cases now.
It's unreal. It really is.
But I think you got to remember that they're working in a cold environment.
That's exactly right.
Like a refrigerated environment, which viruses thrive off, and they're spending 12 hours right next to each other, and
that's the little bug. He would have loved it, the virus. He'd be loving it. But apparently, I don't know if it's right or not, but apparently, though, one of the blokes that actually probably took it in there was the husband of one of the women. They're actually taking the temperatures for the Ruby Princess.
Oh,
she
lovely.
was there, one of them, checking everybody and obviously caught it. And then she went back to do her job, which was the nursing home in Sydney. And that's where all that started, the poor thing. I feel so sorry for her. And then, obviously, but that was one case. But in Melbourne, same type of thing. She was doing the temperatures with this, probably married to one of the husbands. And then, they got it.
Unreal.
But that's how easy.
Unreal.
But it's hard, though. It's hard to there's not many symptoms either, straight up.
Well, the fact of the matter is that more than, I think it was like 70 or 80% of cases, it's very, very mild. And that's the thing I feel like this virus has been blown out of proportion a little bit, in the sense that there needs to be more. Like, every single day you see that the total number of cases, the total number of deaths, but I've not seen one news channel apart from a few talk shows that do it, that actually show you the number of recovered. The actual number
Yeah,
of people in critical condition right now out of 800 is 27.
yeah, which is not bad, really.
That's lower than most influenza, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, yep,
And, and I feel like it's just some perspective needs to be put out there in the mainstream media.
yeah.
Because
Oh, they
to
do the
get
panic
those
thing.
numbers, you've got to go searching for those numbers, and that's wrong. Those numbers should be there to get people to go, okay, it's out there, but if I do get, it's not the end of the world unless you've got some health issues.
Yeah,
But most of those people, they're already careful anyway, because if you've got a health issue, influenza and the common cold is deadly to you.
well, the influenza killed a lot of people last year.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes people are so worried about this coronavirus that they're forgetting about the other ones that are still out there.
Yeah, and really about out of how many deaths? About 95. Yeah, there's
95,
probably
something like that.
about 70 of them have been, unfortunately, the older people. They've had a existing illness anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no one in Australia has died under the age of 60. There was one, but she already had some illnesses or something.
Yeah, there was a baby, but I think he had or she had issues. And I think there was a boy about 12, but he was sick too, I think.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Everyone had a health issue with them.
Oh, there's been some, but not many. There might be about, say 20 out of that nearly 100 that have
Yeah.
actually died from it.
The actual disease itself.
Yeah,
Or the virus
there's
itself.
not many though. That's
Yeah.
really, when you think about it, there's been 20 people out of how many people in Australia? 25 million, 30 million,
Probably
whatever.
30 million now.
That's really, that's
25.
not a, yeah, but that's not a bad record though, is it?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, it's shocking that they've died, but I mean, it's not too bad either. Not compared to the other places.
Well, especially America for one.
Oh,
In
Italy.
New York and that, Italy, Spain.
Yeah.
I dare say they probably had a few deaths there.
They did. They had heaps.
It's like Andrew was saying there about the media. And I was looking at this program there last night, and they reckon that suicide rates are going to be rising by about 50% because of this virus.
Yeah.
And the death toll is going to be high in the virus deaths, and the suicide will outdo the coronavirus cases by
Yeah.
10 cases.
Because there's more stress involved.
And people are dying
Yeah.
because of suicide. And
Yeah.
that's my point there was before, guys, is that you can only keep people inside a certain amount of time before they go stir crazy. They think negative thoughts, and then they go into a very dark place, and then that's when they do it.
That's right. And like Andrew said before, there's probably more people dying in Australia of other things, not this.
Yeah.
I mean, the poor buggers that have got cancer, there's more people dying of cancer
Yeah.
and suicide, like you've said. And, yeah, it's just people just getting too stressed. And because the media were making it out to be a really... I mean, it was a bad thing because one reason mainly is because we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And we don't know how to cure it. But obviously they're doing something because people are getting better.
Yeah. I don't know. What the old saying is, we're flattening the curve. We are doing it. We are fixing it.
Yeah.
It's already well and truly flat. That's kind of where
Which is great. That's good.
That's the main
I
thing.
feel like that's where I feel that Andrews has really got a lot he needs to work on, is that every other premier is talking about the way out.
Yeah.
He's talking about the way in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, his tone it's so like, it's not as if you're talking to 8 million other people that are in their 20s. It's like he's talking to his teenage son.
Yeah.
And, I get my back up when I hear him talk for too long because, I mean, no one's expecting gatherings of 20,000, 100,000 people next week. But people need to see the finish line at some point, and the finish line's in sight. That's the thing that I feel like annoys me with Premier Andrews is he doesn't have any positivity in his way of talking, and it's just constant.
Yeah. he's got no compassion either. The way he talks.
Yeah, and I feel like. So go on.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
I feel like at some point someone's got to tap him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, what are you doing here? You're keeping Victoria in a complete lockdown. The curve's flat. You know,
Yeah.
you've got to start looking at other things that are now. End of the day, the economic curve's now far bigger than the health curve.
Oh,
That's going
God,
to be
yeah.
the real killer.
Yep. And that's why they're trying to get everyone back on track, because this is what's going to happen. That's really going to be bad. Like, I mean, this money that they're giving out is only going to last till September. So they'll need people back at work. And, I mean, let's get back to normality. But I don't think we'll go back to fully normality for a while. But at least get us back on track. Get us back there to do normal stuff.
Yeah.
You don't realise how social you are until you're locked up.
That's pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like, I know for a fact that you're struggling, Mum. Like, at least you've got that outlet of going to work.
Yeah.
And even though you can't catch up with the girls after work and all that type of shit.
No.
I dare say, well, I know for a fact, I should really say that Andrew, he's struggling and all that type of shit. Even I'm even fucking struggling, even bloody staying in the house all the time. Even though I stay home and I do most stuff at home, but it's always good occasionally to go out and get yourself a frozen Coke and go to the beach and that for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
It's having the option to be able to do so.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. You,
Exactly.
It's like you've been told by your parents, you're not going anywhere, you're grounded.
Yeah.
And-
It's the same type of aspect.
Mm.
And I think that nails the Premier Andrews thing, is that I feel like the Victorian police, the police in Victoria have, I think they've gone a bit overboard. You know, I was seeing someone was out swimming or kayaking the other day on his own in a completely isolated area, patch of water, and they pull up next to him in a boat and find him. And I'm thinking to myself, you've put his life in danger by pulling up next to him in a boat, for one, when he's in the water, because you don't know if a wave gets a hold of you.
Yeah.
You got, number two, who's he hurting out there?
I know.
And that's where I feel like police have always got this fine line where people are very quick to sort of jump on them and say abuse of power and that. But unfortunately, sometimes they do take advantage of situations.
Yeah.
And I think this is probably becoming one of them, especially in Victoria, where I can't understand how you can be in a packed-out supermarket, and I'm not a fan of golf by any means, but how it's deemed unsafe to stand on your own in acres and acres of green grass.
Yeah, I know. That was the thing I don't understand either. But the whole thing is that there'll be those small amount of people, though, that would go out and play a game of golf, and they'll be all standing around like a little group.
Yeah.
And this is what they're saying. But I mean, because they don't listen, and it's only the small majority of people will say, "Oh, stuff you, we're still going to do this."
Yeah.
And I mean, even where was it, in Tasmania? The bloody medical people all decided to have a party, and then they wonder why the bloody virus broke out at the hospital. But I think that's why. But I mean, yeah, that's going a bit far with the kayak. But I mean, I suppose if they've got to do it to one, they've got to do to all. But I can remember back, what was it, about 6 weeks ago, when that poor old bloke was going to see his wife at the cemetery every day, and they were going to fine him because he shouldn't have been there. But anyway, they turned around and said, no, we're not going to give him the fine anymore. But that's a bit rough, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, it's like, it's very similar to when we go to Coles, because when you take your groceries into the thing and you pay for them, they don't bag them up for you, right? But they touch them anyway to scan them.
Yeah, I know.
So what's the frickin' difference?
No, they don't want you close. They don't want you standing that close to them.
Yeah, but you're more...
Oh, actually you are, because
are.
you're packing up your stuff.
Yeah. But you're not standing 1.5 metres away from them.
No, you get your stuff.
I didn't take a fucking tape measure out there and actually measure it.
Yeah.
But I can nearly guarantee you're not 1.5 metres a bloody way.
Can you see that, Andrew? I can. I can see him doing that.
Bloody oath I will. I'll take your measure out. And you're not 1.5 metres away. You got to stand over there.
I can just see it now.
Yeah, so can I.
Bloody oath, I will. Hey, they
Starts
want
poking people with a tape measure. Back, please.
Hey, they want to take this shit freaking too seriously. Fucking, I'll make sure it takes it seriously. I'll
Do you know
take
what would
my,
be even better? I could just picture this now, that you get the cops calling you for poking people with a tape measure. The police rock up, sir, and you poke them as well. 1.5.
1.5, don't come near me. Pass me the fine. Or meet you halfway.
just put the check on the ground, or give me the fine on the
check.
ground, and I'll exchange the check for you. But we have to make sure we're meeting halfway.
Oh.
I can just see it now, just and the tape measure flops over or something. It kinks or something like that. Kinks.
Hey, well, shit. But you gotta laugh at this type of shit, don't you?
Oh, you don't, you'll go
I
crazy.
can actually see you being that bloke. There's a guy who measured out 1.5 meters in like a. Do you know what they use to wave flags at the football? That type of wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
He got 1.5 meters, 4 pieces, one in front of him, one behind him, and one to either side of him. And he created like a vest that he attached them all to his vest. So when he walked around, people had to stay 1.5 meters away from him.
Oh, well, you see me doing something like that, do you? Andrew, you see me doing something
I can
like
just see
that?
you with a tape measure right now. Just yeah, I probably could, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1.5, 1.5.
What do you reckon, though, about the football, Andrew? Do you think it's worth, like they're saying that might be a comeback at the end of May or end of June for the football? But really, when you think about it, you only got July, August, September. You only got about 8-10 weeks of football.
Yeah, that's going to be... But I feel like it needs to come back because people need that little mental boost, I reckon.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's actually what Andrews actually did say. He said that. And
Did you watch the first game, though, how weird it was without the crowd? Or do you remember that far back?
Andrew?
I can't actually... I didn't actually hear that one. What was that, sorry?
That's all right. Did you actually watch the first round of football with no crowds?
It's going to be weird with no... But then again,
Was.
it's funny. With no crowds, I kind of got used to it with no crowds as well pretty quickly.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No. It just sounded weird. Like,
Oh, it did, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's better than nothing.
Well, this is right, but oh, no. Got to be there.
well, it's very similar to the NRL too, man.
Yeah. Well, they're the same thing. I mean, Storm's moved up to over to Albury Wodonga, so they can
Yeah,
actually
well, they should have
play.
been kicked out of the league altogether.
Oh,
rid of 'em.
stop it. Stop it.
Hey, settle down, used to.
I got me Guernsey now. I can't even wear it this year. But anyway.
Hey, we are. But no, I mean, it's one of those things where
This year is
one
actually
thing,
quite stuffed up.
like sport in general, is probably one area where I think the media's got to ease up a bit on, because if the media would have us believe that we've got no hope for anything until 2025 or 2030 or
What?
something like that.
Oh, no, I couldn't cope.
So, I mean, the fact that we've got some form of live sport, some form of normality coming back, that's got to be doing people's mental health a world of good.
Yeah, because really, just, the AFL alone, it's just full on all year because that's what everybody talks about is football. You know, they love their footy. It'd be so bad. Even the local district football, you see the young blokes around here still running around training. I don't know what for. But, I mean, it's pretty bad. They haven't got their football, and we haven't got our football, and paying our memberships. We've got no football. But anyway, it's all good.
I mean, it doesn't really affect you Carlton fans too much because nothing
Here we
really
go.
changes. You're not winning anyway.
Here we
Oh,
go.
look.
Here we go.
Settle
He
down.
does this every fucking episode he's on. He always does this. At one stage, there's always a fucking little remark
Oh.
about fucking Carlton and bloody the old Kings.
At least we haven't
Well,
had
I
any
would
of our...
say this.
No.
You could stop me by actually winning some games.
We will win again. We have got Betsy back. At least, I mean, this sounds terrible, but at least we don't. A former coach and that of North Melbourne, at least they're not getting dressed up in women's clothes
Oh, Jesus Christ, here we
and
go.
get
Here we
their photos taken at the police station.
I'll pay you that one.
that was cruel what they actually
I
done
was-
to him. That was cruel.
I was thinking the other
Here we
day.
go.
I was thinking the other day about North Melbourne, and I thought, shit, we're not going to be allowed any feminist meetings anytime soon because in the last 20 years, we've broken up marriages with Wayne Carey. Marjack Daw got accused of raping some young lady. Shannon Grant bashed some girl, and now Dean Lady's cross-dressing and stalking women. I'm thinking to myself, geez, we got to give those feminist meetings a wide berth in future.
I would probably be questioning why I barracked for that team.
Oh, Jesus. Ding, ding, round one.
The only
what can I say, really?
the only bad thing we've done is ripped off the AFL. If we had to pay back money, what was they call it? Salary.
The salary cap.
Yeah, that's all we've done.
I will say this about all the talk with NRL players refusing the flu jab and all that kind of stuff, and not wanting to have needles and all that. Freak, Essendon's tailor-made for this. They'll be laughing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This will be right up their alley.
Ooh,
They're
yeah.
the only club that will accept them.
Sorry, people. It's been nice knowing you after that.
Uh,
Even though I do work with an Essendon supporter, and I tend to stir up about that all the time.
hey, it's all right for you to. My face is on the freaking cover art, you bastards.
It's all good.
It's all right, Matt. Just when they come to remonstrate, just bring out your tape measure.
Hey, you can throw that rock at me in a minute. Just make sure you're 1.5 meters away from me.
They pull out a shotgun.
Oh,
1.5.
don't you but anyway, it's been a really bad year now because no Grand Prix.
Oh, this year's fucked.
Oh.
It's fucked.
Been bad. No football. Now the Melbourne show's not on.
No,
I'll tell you what.
cars are finished.
It just
Oh, no, they're coming back, I reckon.
who?
Oh, when?
Woo.
In
Yeah,
a couple
Supercars.
of they're talking about doing it all up in Darwin.
Darwin? The freaking don't the drivers, racing up in Darwin?
There's no bugs up there.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
true.
thing. The
There's no
footy's talking
bugs.
about Darwin because they can have crowds in
Yeah.
Darwin.
They got the
that's true
pubs
too.
open in 2 weeks. They'll be so dehydrated up there.
I reckon so too. Oh, bloody hell, used to.
Ah.
1.5.
1.5.
1.5. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And if you want to send hate mail to Matt, it's 142 Wallaby Way, West Sydney.
You idiot.
You guys know what that's from, right?
Where's that?
Mum?
What? Oh, yes. I've still got the wooden spoon.
Really?
Okay.
Really?
Come on.
Sydney.
What's the address again, mate?
142 West Wallaby Way, West Sydney.
Yeah, no, what it is, do you?
No.
What is it, Andrew?
It's from Finding Nemo.
Oh, for
Remember?
God's sake.
Remember? we
142 Wallaby Way, West Sydney.
got to find the butt.
The butt, yes.
The butts.
I'm Dory. Yeah. Oh, that was a good movie, that. Anyway.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, so apart from all that, it's been a pretty bad year. Can't go to Ireland now.
Yes, you were going to go to Ireland, weren't you?
August, I was going to Ireland to see me bagpipes over in Scotland.
Military tattoo and all that shit.
But anyway, it's always next year, I suppose.
But I wonder what people would think if they cancelled Bathurst.
It'll be cancelled.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
If that goes ahead,
Don't tempt them.
if that goes ahead and they cancel Rod Stewart's concert, oh, I'm going to be so cranky.
And what about James Blunt?
Oh, don't talk to me.
Bond.
No comments from you, thank you. Yeah,
Jesus.
so it's been a very bad year.
That's something else that might be worth bringing up is, do you think they're getting a bit too far ahead of themselves, cancelling things that are up around September, October area.
Yeah, well, they've been talking about having this 1.5 social thing up until Christmas time. So I don't know whether that's going to happen or not, but yeah, we'll see what happens, I suppose. Yeah, but I thought it was a bit harsh with the show, but because, I wanted to go this year. Get on my Ferris wheel. That's all right. I'll always go next year.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. It's not the
The end of the world.
Just got a little message off Andrew. Apparently he can't hear you properly.
Can't hear me.
Yeah, he can't hear you properly.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
A little bit better now.
Do I have to sit on top of this mic?
Yeah, I'll turn your track up, I'll turn your track up.
No, turn it down.
What about now?
That's pretty loud, isn't it? Yeah. That's pretty loud.
Getting a bit echoey, so I better turn it down.
Echo.
Echo.
Cuckoo. Anyway.
Echo, 1.5.
Oh, I tell you what, that would be funny.
What are you talking about?
No. Getting a frickin' parrot. And every single...
Oh, no, this is going.
Yeah, and every single time someone walked through the door... 1.5. You know, shit like that.
You're the bloody Polly.
Call it Dylan Andrews. Then get a gun and shoot it.
Oh, Jesus.
More shooting.
More shooting.
Yes. So what have you been doing with yourself in your isolation? Andrew.
1.5.
1.5. Now, what have you been doing? Anything at all?
No, I've been pretty... Well, can't say I've done anything in 2 months, to be honest.
Yeah. Be like a big holiday that you can't go anywhere.
Exactly.
That's the whole bloody problem. You can't go anywhere.
I suppose the only beneficiary thing of this is, plus the fact working, is I've actually saved a little bit of money. Because I'm not socialising
Miracle,
all
mother.
the time.
Bloody miracle.
I'll be all gone once they're all open again.
Actually, you know one thing I will say, right? I reckon the best thing about this bloody virus, right, is the clear roads.
Yes.
There's been no real congestion on the frickin' roads and that. I just find it very, very nice when there's no one on the frickin' road. When you go to the supermarket or you're doing all your essential stuff that you got to do.
Go to Bunnings and pretend you're a gardener. Do gardening that you've never done before. It just about kills you.
No, I'm just picturing Matt out there with his floral hat doing the gardening.
No floral hat. He had the pitchfork.
And his gloves.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I'm just mucking around with the mic at the moment.
So, how long have we been talking for, Matt?
We've been talking for 48 minutes.
Right. Very good.
Yeah, very, very good. But
How's your Nana coping with it?
She's not too bad, just a little, I think even boredom's starting to get to her a bit.
Yeah, it's like I've been saying over the time. You can only clean so many cupboards. You can only sort out so many clothes.
Well, you haven't.
I've been cleaning out cupboards. Throwing out lots of stuff. But like I've said, I'm lucky that...
You can only watch so many stories.
Oh, yes. No, Netflix has been getting a really good hammering from a lot of people.
No, he's getting that from me.
Oh, is he?
Because every time I say, I've got to get going now, mate, I've got to watch my stories.
Oh, right.
My favourite shows on telly.
Yes, he watches Home and Away every night.
You're the one who watches Home and Fucking Away.
Well, that's been one good thing about this virus. That show's been shut down.
The who?
Home and Away.
Yes, I know.
Hannah's getting axed.
It might be don't.
Could we be so lucky?
Oh well, House Rules is not on House Rules. My Kitchen Rules is not on next year.
Yeah,
Woo!
apparently. No, that's true, isn't it? But we heard on the radio that Pete Evans has been fired, been sacked by them.
Shame.
And apparently there's been no plan of a new season coming up, so...
This year was crap, that's why.
well, bad luck.
I
Fifth
haven't
fucking
lost.
shit.
I used to watch it about, it was nearly
2 or 3 years ago.
nearly 17 years ago now,
Oh,
and it was
Jesus.
around the time where, was it Leah? Was,
Been around for that long.
her son was, just born, VJ, whoever it was,
Yeah,
and her partner, or his father was still in jail,
right.
and he died or something like that,
I
and
don't
his
know.
best mate, who was an inmate with him, came out, and he came to look after him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Does anyone remember that
No.
era?
No.
No, I sure don't.
I would have
actually.
been watching Neighbours.
Probably back in those days, yeah. We
Yeah,
probably would have
I
been watching
wasn't.
Neighbours.
I've never been. I used to be home and away years and years and years ago, when that what was his name? The teacher. He was the principal of the school. And they owned the caravan park. Pippa was the wife, but I can't remember his name.
No, I can't remember.
Anyway, it
I
doesn't
also
matter.
remember when Alf got run over.
Oh, I don't know about
I
Alf.
tell you what, hasn't that bloke seen some shit?
Yeah.
Over the years of home and away. Bloody hell.
Yeah, well, he's the only one left, I think, of the originals.
Well, wouldn't that other Sheila be? The redhead?
No, she come in later. And the other one too, that dipsy bloody thing. That's it. What's her name? She's got blonde hair and she's got that other family living with her.
Oh, I wouldn't have a clue.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I would not have a fucking clue.
But she come in not long after him, but she's been with the show for a long time too, on and off.
Yeah.
Of course, she left, had kids, and come back again, and whatever.
And-
But yeah, no, Alpha's the only original one, I think.
Well, how long has Georgie Parker been on it then?
Oh, 5 years, I suppose. I don't know. I haven't been watching it that long.
Because it sounds like when she first came back in, because unfortunately I was watching it with old Bagby Nana.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, mate." No, she said, "Oh, Georgie Parker's back." Oh, that's nice. I hadn't seen her for a few years. Apparently, she was in the early days. Apparently,
See, I reckon that tone of voice and that accent really suits Matt.
Which one?
It suits his personality.
What's that?
Just an old bag. Just an
Oh.
old bag.
oh, bag.
Old Bang. Old Bag's going to come on here, I think.
Yeah, that is actually what I will say, guys. Is that I might get me now on here to talk about the old days and the old days of farming.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because she's done it all.
Oh, you'll be able to go up there very soon, Matt, because we'll be able to go the 1 to 4, was it 3 people at the house? So you'll be able to go up and see your nana.
Yeah, but I'm still going to bring up the tape measure.
1.5. I can actually see some elderly person sitting in a wheelchair and you're waiting in line. You just get a stick and push them away. 1.5.
Yes, I can see that.
I don't think I'll be that bloody ethic, mate. I don't think, but you never know with me.
It keeps a tape measure and a stick in the car. The stick's exactly 1.5 meters.
1.5.
But yeah, no, jeez, I know.
And what you'd do is you'd sharpen it to a freaking point as well.
Yeah,
So you just stab 'em.
and jam up their ass, mate, and get them moving.
Get him out of your way.
Come on. Ooh. That's a visual.
Christ.
Yeah, it'd be something different.
Well, you never know with me. Don't really? Hey,
Yeah.
you never know.
So, yeah. What else you going to talk about?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Hey, it's like that scene. I don't know if you guys will remember that scene off the Jungle Book when those vultures on top of the tree. Oh well, what do you want to do? Nah, what do you want to do?
Oh, the vultures, yeah.
Don't start that again.
See, if we're talking about Disney movies, I reckon everything about you is exactly like Pumbaa.
Pumbaa.
He is Pumbaa.
No, I'm a beluga. That's what you reckon I am. I'm a
You're-
beluga.
You're a beluga, but you're pumper too.
No, Matt, that's Mr. Pig. Remember that scene?
Yes, I do remember that.
He was
scene.
big.
Mr. Pig, do you?
What? They call
They
me
call me.
Mr. Big. Oh, I love those movies.
I love the Lion
I
King.
love that scene. He just takes out all the hyenas or where they are.
Well, that's the thing. Well, that's the other thing, right? Now, we're going for 55 minutes, but I'm going to bring this up. You know, a bit of a lighter note now, guys. But you know, we've talked about Corona, even though the last three episodes, the first one I said we're not going to talk about the Corona anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still talking about the fucking Corona.
We do about.
And oh, Jesus Christ. The one thing that I want to ask you two, which one do you reckon's better? Because they've been doing this the last, say, 5-6 years, and it's nearly getting on my nerves. The original or the live action one? Which one's better?
I've never seen the live action one, and I really want to. I really been meaning to see it, but
What, the Lion King?
I might watch that tonight. Actually, I think I've got that somewhere.
That's on.
Yeah, but it's not just the Lion King. They've done
Jungle
Aladdin, Jungle Book, which was a freaking fantastic movie.
That wasn't called Jungle Book, though, was it?
No, they done the Jungle Book, but then they done another one called Mowgli.
Mowgli.
Mowgli. They've done.
No, the Lion King was really good.
Yeah, I didn't mind the Lion King, but they could not have that movie.
Circle of life.
Really, but they could not have that movie without James Earl Jones.
And they did the Lady and the Tramp.
Yes, they've done the Lady and the Tramp. They've done so many other ones, haven't they?
They've done a few.
I just find it funny that the number one show on Disney Plus is actually a non-Disney series. It's The Simpsons.
Really?
Yeah, they're on there. The Disney. You got
You want to see the streams on Disney for The Simpsons, man? They're through the roof.
have you got that? Have you?
Last year, right, in the few months that Disney Plus was out, outstreamed any show on Netflix or any other streaming service.
It's been around for a while. The old Simpsons.
30 years.
Simpsons.
30 years.
Well, that proves you were one when it came out.
30 years plus now, man.
Yeah, because I think it was last year. Well, it might be 31 years now because that last year they actually said this is the 30th year of The Simpsons.
I think it was last year.
Dental plan. Lisa needs braces. Dental plan.
Jesus, here we go.
Don't start.
And,
Bloody Simpsons.
Yes. Well, we've been
Dental
talking.
plan.
Oh, gee, see, this is what he does too. But
How's Clarence going?
oh my god. Okay, I'm quitting this. This is it. No more. We've been going for 57 minutes. It's going to be 58 minutes soon. I don't know. Whatever. But I think that'll wrap us up, I reckon.
Oh, righto.
Don't worry, you'll be back on again. Won't you?
Maybe.
Yeah, you said that last time that you were on. But
Jesus, mate, you're sounding more and more like Frank Grimes.
who the hell's Frank Grimes?
Oh, the guy that hates Homer Simpson ends up killing himself by electrocuting himself.
Oh.
Oh, for God's sake. Anyway,
Anyway.
thank you very much, you two, for coming on with me.
No
That's all
worries. No worries.
I reckon we'll
Thank
do
you
this.
for having me.
I reckon we'll do this again, the three of us, I reckon. And because I reckon people are going to find this very entertaining and probably thinking, what the fuck is wrong with these people? But anyway.
It's called a full moon. It's the effects of a full moon.
Hey, Matt here. So that's it for this other episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to give me a review of 5 stars or whatever you want to do on here. It sure does help. Make sure you head over to my Facebook page and my YouTube channel, Matt Edwards Media, to see all the updates and videos that I do. Want to give me a hand and donate to my PayPal? You're more than happy to, mate. Go over to paypal.me/Matt Edwards Media and donate whatever you want. Doesn't worry me. Thanks very much in advance for it, that's for sure. Thanks very much for joining me today, and I'll hope to see you soon for the next one. Catch you then.